with the one, the only, it's Timmy from 100 Thieves. And I am here with Phony from Guild. And we have ourselves Zach from Virtus Pro. I'm here with TSM. Yo, I am here with Complexity. We actually have two people. We got Monsoon.
Storyline.
My name is Lace, and we are here in the Players Lounge for ALGS Champs. And I am, of course, with the one, the only, it's Timmy from 100 Thieves. Timmy, today's going to be a little bit crazy, okay? So we're going to make this very, very quick. But have you had any sort of process leading up to today?
Like today, we actually boot camped in Korea for the past 2 weeks, and then we also boot camped in LA for a week. So we have a lot of practice and boot camping. We had a nice breakfast this morning, and honestly, I'm ready to go. I'm locked in.
Yeah, you're just moving all these time zones. That's absolutely crazy. Now, of course, for the fans at home, let's ask this again. Which character at the moment do you want to just delete from the game?
Delete from the game? Oh my gosh, I think Newcastle's just got to be deleted. This character is just broken. It's just cringe. It's just cringe.
It's you heard it here first, guys. It's cringe. Now, for our fans at home and anyone getting into Apex, what is the one thing you want to tell them how to improve at Apex Legends?
You can grab a controller. I mean, that's the fastest way to improve. But if you really want to, improve at video games, you just got to put a lot of time in. We put in maybe 8 to 10 hours almost every single day, and it's a job. It's literally a job.
Yeah, see, you heard that. Grab a controller, but this is the mechanical absolute warlord himself. It's Timmy. Thank you so much. Best of luck for the games today, and I'm sure all the 100 Thieves fans will be cheering you on. And I am here with Phony from Guild. It's so great to be here. I mean, you guys were a little bit shaky in the start, but you managed to pull it together with absolute grace. How has your transition been joining Guild?
It's been very good. Transitioning with the boys, Jessica, Legacy, and Winnie. Of course, it wasn't as smooth as I thought it would be, considering I had to go to Thailand. But once we, cleaned up the bad habits, our team chemistry was built up really well.
Well, welcome to the Aussies. That's what I have to say. How is your strategy going into today's matches?
It was mainly just to play and bounce off of each other's thoughts. The boys, when it comes to game sets like this, it's very hard to bring up the energy very early game. So my main premise was to just get the energy up there throughout the games, even if it took, a one deficit game of 0. I'd rather do that and get the game's energy up for the next set.
Well, that's exactly right. You're kind of the glue that holds this together. Everyone needs that sort of stuff, and that's you, Phony. If there's one thing that you could change about your performance today, what would it be?
I would say probably slow it down, give us time, or give myself time to think about transitions. Either create an opening before I do a transition, or wait for an opening to even happen before I just, early commit.
Yeah, it's a bit tough because you also have that knowledge as well as the skill set here. But guys, I am here with Phony from Guild, an absolutely amazing job. So thank you so much and best of luck for the rest of the tournament. Back to you guys at the desk. And it's Lace once again, and we have ourselves Zach from Virtus Pro. Now, Zach has already played. They've done one of their series, but I believe they do have a little bit more today. But we're going to touch on a little bit about the first lot of games. Did you try anything new or experiment in a different play style today, Zach?
Yeah, we pulled out the Caustic, and that's very unique. We're the only team playing it currently, and I think very highly of it. I know my teammates in the past couple scrim weeks were thinking really highly of it, so I'm excited, and yes, it's unique.
Yeah, look, we were a little bit worried about it, but, it seemed to work on those maps where, you're in more of a building style, then moving over to Storm Point. I think you guys went back on the Catalyst, so maybe you know something that we don't. Do you think in Match 3, because you won that one, if there was any sort of specific decision that was crucial that got you to that point?
Yeah, absolutely. Slayer, we ran out of our utility, like our Newcastle Tactical and our Gibby bubble, and we had nothing. We were super dead, and Slayer had a really good cat wall that split the zone and gave us enough time to get our utility abilities back up, and that stalled us all the way into the end game, where I used my Newcastle wall to boop them off the cliff, and my teammates hit some really nice shots, and we won.
That's it, the classic boot with the Newcastle. This has been Zach with Virtus Pro. We're going to wish you the best of luck in your next series. I hope that you can have a little bit of downtime and then you need to fire up again.
Great catch up with Zach there, Lace. He seemed pretty confident and, ready to go. I liked his energy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I was like, we were a little bit worried about it, looking in and, seeing all the other scope of, meta that people are using. But as you can tell, he kind of, they're pretty happy with it. The rest of the team is happy with it. So it looks like they maybe maybe keeping that into these sorts of games.
I mean, heading into earlier playoffs in the year, it might have been split one. I know they were experimenting when Catalyst was really, really heavy, including with Shubi and Zap, the Horizon. And it never really picked up, but they were really going after that style. Zach is comfortable going against the grain in these metas. We'll see if that continues. But, you know, another team that has always kind of, at least in this year, been a big part of the iconic kind of organizations that have been in our journey in the ALGS in year 4. It's disguised. It's DSG. Zeph, what are we thinking about this DSG? Maybe not the one you thought of originally, but with a new look and a new roster.
Right. Strafing Flame, Player K, they've been around for a while and
Yes.
have had an excellent route, at least earlier this year when we talk about APAC as a whole. Now bringing in Arctic, of course, instead of using Flash there to kind of fill it out going into the championship. Right now, in a tough spot. 32 points kind of overall, but something that Jayhawk brought up that I really want to expound upon is the fact that at 32 points, if you keep that total throughout the entire group stage, you end up around 90, which historically, across both of our major ALGS lands this year, has qualified you for that further upper bracket stage, which I personally think is all this roster needs to do and are very capable of delivering upon.
And I think if you slice that up, Graceful kind of likes to say 6 points a game, 5 points a game, 6 games, 6 points, that's 36. They're kind of right on that cusp, Jayhawk. And if they pop off, they're almost guaranteeing that they might be able to do it this round.
Absolutely. If you're going for those 30-point, sets, you don't have to be flashy. It doesn't feel like Disguised really stood out in that set, but that's good enough to qualify if you have the consistency, like you're saying. So if you continue to do that, and then maybe as you warm up throughout the days, you have those pop-up performances, then you're easily through.
You know, there's an element of Lace, and we've seen this before, where there are games within the games. There's tournaments within tournaments. This group stage, a very different animal than elimination brackets and winners round ones, because you don't understand the meta. You're playing these round robins, and you don't necessarily need to stand out. You just need to qualify to the next point.
I mean, is that kind of like a thing where they want to keep the fatigue down and try?
That's right.
I mean, they don't want to try anything too crazy. They do want to sort of stick within the realms of everything. But, this is the chance to sort of do something a little bit crazy to outperform other teams. And, we do see that sort of stuff. And I just want to sort of touch on Strafing. I've watched Strafing for a very long time. And the things that he can do, and now with the added new roster, I feel like, they're going to do a great job.
Underneath that org, I'm not going to mention them now, but we saw them in that reset that saved the match point finals to go another 3 games. Unbelievable. I'm really excited to see what this Disguised roster can do, of course, with Player K, Strafing, Flame, and Arctic representing them. Of course.
I am back in the fan zone where you can see some merch booths from your favorite pro teams, but I'm here with TSM. This is their merch booth. I've got Weston, the #1 brother, but #2 to Evan. So why don't you take us through a couple of the things you've got in the TSM merch booth?
Love to, Lace. Thank you so much. We've got the Verholst TSM collab special edition for Sapporo, Japan only. We've got the cream hoodie, come get it while it's hot, and then we've got the t-shirt as well. And then we have some custom Verholst merch on the side and some free goodies. So get those before they're gone. It's a hell of a time.
Well, thank you so much, Weston. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys, but come visit the TSM booth here in the fan zone. Yo, I am here with Complexity. We actually have 2 people. We got Monsoon and Kimchi. We're nearing the end of our group stages, and it's so good to have you guys. Now, Monsoon, what did you focus on most when analyzing your games before today's matches?
Yeah, I mean, this meta is mostly about control, and since we had 2 groups already, we got to go back and kind of deep dive into this basis of how we understood spots and how teams were playing with high density spots and stuff like that. So we came in today with a new recipe of how to just set up a spot and how far we could push our utility. So I think that was the main thing, is just understanding the space that we can keep and how to pressure other teams more.
I mean, you took it to the drawing board and you executed it live on stage, so you should be very proud of yourself. Now, Kimchi, do you feel any added pressure or even motivation knowing that you're now one of the top teams in ALGS?
I would say we're just feeling probably a lot more motivated now. All 3 of us have a good amount of competition experience, so I mean, just with how we played, because obviously we weren't too happy with how yesterday went. We really wanted to come out strong yesterday so that it wouldn't come down to today. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and so today we really had to perform, and it really felt like I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the food, or maybe we were rested well, but we came in today, we were focused. Like Mon said, we were able to just do the things that we need to do, play together, and there was still a lot of points left on the board, for sure. But we're definitely motivated knowing that this isn't even like what we're fully capable of, so we want to carry this momentum and energy into winner's bracket.
Absolutely love that you said motivated. Now, of course, you were talking about the food here in Japan. Monsu, what has been your favorite part about the whole event, or even being here in Sapporo?
I mean, everything. The mountains, everything's so beautiful about it. The people, the food, the culture, the stadium, the vibes, everything's really nice. I've probably eaten about 10 pounds of raw fish in the last 3 days, so I've been going crazy with it. There's so much good. Sorry, I was about to curse, but there is so much good stuff. Holy flip.
Nailed it. Now, Kimchi, I heard that you guys are going to go do a little bit of singing. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hinds.
I know this one.
Yeah.
There we go. This has been Monsoon and Kimchi from Complexity. Back to you guys at the desk. I am Lace here in the fan zone, and I have two wonderful fans that have actually found each other through Apex. I have Jordan, I have Mark. Now, Jordan, why don't you tell us a little bit how you two met through Apex?
Yeah, so I full sent it on my own to Copperbox Year 3, Split 1. And I was stood in the line and we were all chatting, and then I ended up speaking to Mark, and yeah, we got to know each other really, really well. And then we ended up going to Split 2, and then Champs, and then Germany, and now we're here in Japan.
Now you're here together in Japan. Now, how do you feel like your friendship has blossomed so far?
Yeah, it's amazing. We pretty much just play Apex together. The reason why we met and the reason why we're still friends, pretty much. So yeah, play Apex.
Yeah, you guys are a majority of a team. Now, what has been your favourite part so far about the event?
It's definitely the fans. The fans is crazy. You know, this is our 5th LAN together that we've been to, and yeah, seeing the fans, everybody's so happy. Like the first game with Fnatic winning, you know, it's poetic.
It is the electrifying energy from the fans. And what has been your favourite booth in this arena so far?
Booth, I think, yeah, the 1v1s. Seeing the 1v1s.
Oh, look, 1v1. That's great stuff. So these are two fans at Apex. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event. I have the dynamic duo with me here. You generally see them yapping behind the desk. Do they have what it takes to put that into action, or are they just all talk? Now, out of both of you, Onset and Gaskin, who do you think's going to win?
Me. I have to back myself, right? You have to back yourself. You have to.
I mean, you have to back up yourself there, and I don't think you're going to take that attitude, are you?
I'm always Mark's duo. I'm his support, so I think he's also going to win. I'm not going to help him, but I just know he's an aggressive player, and he usually needs me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, make sure you cheer them on because they're usually behind casting, but now they get to play. Back to you guys. We're going to get this thing started. Yes, I am here with the winner, Jumper. Now, Jumper went in with one mission, and that was to beat Dunk, but somehow has won the thing overall. Jumper, you've got some fans in the crowd. Anything you want to say to them?
I mean, that's what I do it for. I do it for the fans. But that was electric. That was so much fun. And I do take back a little bit what I said about Dunk. I couldn't have done it without my two booth mates and the emotional support they gave me. But like I said, I was locked in. I was ready for that.
Dunk, you got anything to say now that he's talked a little bit of smack about you and obviously won?
Nah, I believe in a Jumper supremacy at this point, so I'm just here as support until the day he's crowned victor.
And Graceful, what happened?
Dude, Onset got purple armor and wingman off the rip, dude, and he's on roller. I mean, I'll bring it back in TDM where there's no RNG and it's raw skill. Okay, I'll be back.
I mean, all I'm hearing is washed up. No, great job, Jumper! Congratulations. Obviously, they've got to move into another one. There's still more to go. But guys, sit down, get ready, buckle up. You've got more competition. Back to you, casters at the desk. And I am standing here with Euryce, who is not brand new to the LAN stage and is currently at the top of the leaderboard with 37 points. Now, Euryce, how about you tell us a little bit about how the event has been for you? Obviously, you're sitting here with the streaming booths. How is ALGS Sapporo?
Yeah, this is my first LAN of being in an Apex official LAN World Championship, and it's the energy is just amazing. And meeting like the friends that I've made with throughout Apex and meeting them in person, and just it's just such a cool experience, and I can't wait for like the next few days. And yeah.
Yeah, there's still so much more to happen. Now, let's talk about what Graceful did to you. Now, I did say he was washed. He managed to get you with the finisher. Obviously, you're not going to take that attitude, right?
Yeah, no, to be honest, I kind of had to just give it to him. I had the Kraber, and you know, people like the Kraber. You have to do it. You have to do the last shot with the Kraber, and I just had to do it. And you know, sometimes you don't win everything. So, but yeah, I'm still on top of the leaderboard, so I'll be honest, don't mind.
That's it. You're at the top of the leaderboard. It doesn't matter. Well, Reese, best of luck for the rest of the thing. You're going to probably stay at the top of that leaderboard. Back to you guys at the casting desk. Yo, we have MT here from Shopify Rebellion. You must be feeling pretty darn good. You have made it into the match point finals. Now, take us through the last matches. What did you guys need to improve on to get you to this point?
Honestly, I don't think there was anything we really needed to improve on. We made some small mistakes throughout the whole winners bracket that cost us big games. And we said going into the last game, we're the best team. We just got to do exactly what we're doing and just close out the game. And that's just what we did.
Yes, and MT did tell me that he quickly checked Battlefire just to double check that they were actually a match point. So, you know what, you guys did a fantastic job. Now, you obviously have to go up against some pretty deadly opponents. What are you guys going to improve and work on when you hit match point finals? What do you think these other teams are basically going to bring to the table that you guys need to match?
Honestly, I think if we just play with the same confidence we always play with, that's all that's going to matter. Like, we take more fights than anybody else, look for more fights, and if we just keep doing that, people aren't going to be ready for it in finals, and I reckon we'll just show up.
And of course, MT, is there anything you want to say to your fans? Obviously, you have a fair few out there. If there's any shout-outs you want to do, make sure you do it right now.
Thank you, everybody, for the support. Really appreciate it.
Excellent. So, MT Shopify Rebellion is in match point for Sundays. Back to you guys at the desk. Yeah, welcome. If there's anything better than the ALGS, it is the crowd that comes with it. Now, I'm pretty certain I found the only Lace fans in the crowd. But anyway, amongst we have I'm K-Moz, Fantasy, and Trixinity here. Now, I'm K-Moz. You've obviously had a fantastic time in Japan so far. We're in the match point finals. Which team are you rooting for?
Oh, okay. So, Team Falcons. Yeah, Team Falcons. And Guild. Because we like the Aussies. We want the Aussies to be, get some support out there.
Yeah, I'm absolutely not being biased finding the only English-speaking Australians in the crowd that love Lace. But look, we do love the Falcons. Now, Fantasy, you've obviously had a brilliant time in Tokyo. You're now in Sapporo. We think Sapporo and this dome is a little bit better, right?
Yes, it feels like 30,000 people. This is insane. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. Like my first LAN, this is ridiculous. This is awesome.
I mean, it doesn't get better than this being in Japan and Sapporo. Now, we've got the wonderful Trixinity here. Now, obviously, you guys are part of the X and Y crew. Which team are you going for?
I'm going for Guild. Got to support the Aussies all the way. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi!
And that's us guys in the crowd, but we have a wonderful crowd here for ALGS. Back to you guys at the desk. Yes, I am here with the original Apex Queens and Arthur. But we have been watching these lovely ladies throughout Apex, and they're here in the crowd with us. We have Clara, AC, and Ambush. Now, Clara, obviously you've been to plenty of events. This has got to be your favorite one so far, right?
Times a million. This is the most incredible event that we have had so far, and I hope that every LAN is in Japan so far,
I absolutely agree, or maybe Korea or something too. Let's have a good time here. Now, AC, it's so good to see you again. What team are we rooting for today?
Liquid, of course.
And I'm going to guess that Ambush is probably in that same path as well, but it's so nice to have you here. What has been your favorite part about the event?
Honestly, just the people, everything. I've never seen a crowd like this in my entire life, and I've been to almost all of them. This is another level. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have over 13,000 people here now. Arthur, do you even watch Apex?
I'm watching right now, and I'm having a great time.
Wonderful. We've just encouraged basically a new Apex fan. But guys, I'm so glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much. And back to you guys at the desk.